Good evening, fellow bus nerds. It is December 31st, and had a little bit of time before school starts back up. Figured I'd give you guys a behind the scenes look on how to order a 2019 ICCE school bus. I saw a similar video on a gentleman ordering a 2018 IC. I thought it was pretty nifty. I learned some things from it myself, and I thought, hey, I'm ordering a couple of new buses, and why not share my perspective and what my bus is going to be like. So, these are the hats they give you when you order a bus. They gave me two different styles this time, so that's pretty nice. Pretty nice swag there. But the folder, everything comes with. I don't know if there's some glare, but the folder comes in. It's right here. It's got a little IC logo on the front. Inside there is the spec sheet that details, and we'll go through that in a second. And then you get the brochure. The brochure is the newest one. This was given to me, well, you see there, on December 18th. So just a week and a half or so ago. And it just kind of takes you through some of the latest features. You can reach out to your dealership. Not a whole lot has changed. One thing that I like about International is that they pretty much allow you to do and to order whatever it is that you want. They do a pretty nifty itemized list, and we'll go through mine in a second. But it's pretty intense, and they say they prefer owners who take the time and dig through specs as opposed to people who just say give me a bus and complain about it later. So most people are interested in this information. It says you can get it for 2018-19. You can get it with a Cummins ISB or with the PSI 8.8 liter propane. And you can also get that engine as a straight gasoline beginning now. So the Cummins is available between 200 to 260 horse and 520 to 620 torque. You'll see what level I chose here in a second. And the propane is 270 horse, 565 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty nice number there. I'm just not into alternate fuels right now, and that's pretty much it. Everything else here is pretty much the same. Here's the last page that kind of gives you what's going on. But so let's get into my bus. Very exciting. It's taken a long time to get here. It's taken a lot of research and a lot of thought to get here. So let's go through. The black marks you see here is just me redacting my personal information. This quote was again prepared on December 18th, 2007 by K. Neal International Trucks here in Maryland. The very first thing they says, thank you for the opportunity to provide you with the following quotation on a new IC Corporation vehicle. I am sure the following detailed specification will meet your operational requirements. I look forward to serving your business needs. And they put a little school bus there. So the first page, is just an overview, really more so about the drivetrain. And we can go into it a little bit more detail, but just straight off the bat, you'll see that this is a 2019 IC school bus. It is powered obviously by Cummins ISB. trying to steady the camera so you can see. I went with the max. I chose 260 horse and 660 foot-pounds of torque. In my opinion, more power means bus works less. Buses that have a lower power rating have to spend more time at wide open throttle, and that's not good for efficiency. So, excuse me, let's dig in. Second page starts to talk about, I made some notes over here on the side, but second page starts to talk about the chassis. It's a 72 passenger ICCE. Most of this is standard school bus stuff. And I'll try to focus in for people to see here. All right. Front suspension is going to be a standard 10,000 pound capacity. And what's different, a little bit different about my bus is the axles. So I think you pronounce it Meteor axles, which is kind of like their standard axles. But because of the braking system I chose, it was switched. They were all switched from Meteor to Dana axles, which is pretty interesting. Pretty heavy duty and well recognized player in the axle industry. So front suspension, I did 10,000 pound standard. Rear suspension, I did I believe I did a 20. Yep, here we go. 20,000 pound rear suspension with international air ride. So that's second page. Third page here. The braking system is a Bendix system, 4-channel system. You usually see this system on over-the-road trucks. Very, very heavy duty, and quite frankly, not an option commonly seen on school buses. People typically don't go all the way up. If most people do air brakes, they're the air drum. Not a lot of people are doing the air disc. I went with the air disc just because they're easier to maintain. I do the work myself, so I wanted maintenance to be as easy as possible for me. So you see here that the gross vehicle weight rating is 33,000 pounds. Let's see here. Internationals, even though it's super detailed, it's organized by order code here on the left. So that's why it doesn't seem like things are grouped together the way you would typically group items together. So we'll just go through them and see them as we go. Obviously, tilt, telestop, and steering wheel. Let me see. Went with a very heavy-duty Lee Snell brushless alternator with 325 amps. Pretty nice kind of heavy-duty unit. So looking forward to that. Most of this is standard school bus stuff. Let's see. For this bus is going to be all LED. I told them I didn't want a halogen or incandescent bulb on the whole thing. So it was really important for me to not to be changing light bulbs 10 years down the road, because that gets old. For headlights, I went with the sound off wig-wag system, which is really nice. It flashes the headlights when you turn on the amber switches. So I wanted to go with that. Let me see. Going down, the bus will be two-tone, school bus yellow on the bottom with a white roof. Let's see. Here's a spec again on the engine. It's a Cummins ISB 260 horse, 360 torque. 660 torque, and that's going to be backed up by a Eaton dual clutch transmission, 7-speed. To my knowledge, and based on my dealer, no one else has ordered that transmission yet. But I pre-negotiated an extended warranty with Eaton, and they'd like for me to be a guinea pig, I guess, for this unit. Coming down here, talks about the fuel filters, water separator, all that good jazz. The fan drive, it comes standard with the Warner FC550. We're having it switched to the Horton DriveMaster MSC2 multi-speed. It's a pneumatic fan clutch. Much better unit. Moving down, the rest of this is standard fare. Let's see. Block heater, transmission you see here, Eaton Precision, 7-speed, dual clutch. With electronic shift mechanism, so it won't have a lever. It'll have a push button transmission, just like similar to the Allison 3000 transmissions. Rear axle ratio, they had it standard at 557, but I reached out to Eaton, and they said to get the max 75 mile an hour speed and the efficiency I was looking for, that a 529 would be a better choice. Rear suspension is going to be the International Ride Optimized suspension, 21,000 pound air suspension. Let's see, 100-gallon fuel tank, 12-gallon DEF tank. Let's see. Tachometer, all that stuff's LED. 22.5-inch polished aluminum wheels.